Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tom. I'm from the Free University of Brussels, and I will today present you a high-resolution dispersal model for mangroves. Now, when we talk about mangrove dispersal, we talk about ocean dispersal. Mangroves thrive at the interface of land and sea. They're inundated once or twice a day by the tidal cycle, and they are adapted to this very dynamic environment by, for example, aerial roots, but also the production of what we call hydrochorous propagules. Propagules being dispersal units, can be seeds, can be fruits, can be seeds within fruits, and hydrochorous meaning being dispersed by water currents. Here you can see propagules floating at the ocean surface. And one can imagine that studying dispersal at the ocean scale is a very challenging thing, because sometimes these propagules, they propagate over hundreds to thousands of kilometers, and you cannot just follow them with a boat. So what we do is we use genetics, but we also use mathematical models. And the first thing you need to do when you write such a model is, of course, you go and study the different propagule types that you're interested in. And what we see is when we look at mangroves, there's a huge variety of mangrove propagule morphotypes. You have these cannonball-like structures, we have elongated propagules that float vertically or horizontally, and where everyone was always modeling with water currents, since it's hydrochorous dispersal, I was like, well, when we see these ones, they really resemble small sailing boats floating on top of the water column, and they're influenced by wind. So I was like, well, before you model, you should know all the dispersal vectors at play. It's not only water. So we went to the Netherlands and we studied the behavior of these different propagule types under different water and wind conditions in the Flume racetrack. And we combined this with high-resolution ocean data from NASA. And well, this is a movie, but it seems to be too heavy. And we combined this experimental data and global ocean data to write the first global oceanographic model for trajectories at regional and global scales. And what you see here is an example for the regional scale example for the Western Indian Ocean, Mozambique Channel. And well, what you should focus on is the different colors of trajectories. In fact, they represent propagules with a different sensitivity to wind, hydrochorous propagules with a different sensitivity to wind. And we see that wind is a very important factor in this, well, when predicting dispersal trajectories, not including wind or intra-species specific propagule traits would give, well, a bias in the model output. And we zoom in on some examples. Here you see the white dot is a release location in the model, and we see that propagules that are not wind sensitive, the black line, which you see there, well, you see that these propagules cannot leave the local system because the ocean currents do not favor long-distance dispersal, but in the other cases, for wind-sensitive propagules, they are pushed out of the system against the water currents. And we also have other examples where the ocean currents favor long-distance dispersal, but where wind-sensitive propagules cannot escape. So this just shows how important including the dispersal vectors at play is in a model. I also want to show this quickly because, of course, propagules have a limited viability and floating period. And oceanic features like eddy currents can, of course, delay propagule dispersal beyond their viability period. And here is the last result, which I really want to introduce, and it's too heavy, pity. But what we see in this movie is a 30 million releases, where each hour of the day we release propagules at the full biogeographical range of mangroves. And this movie is very interesting for hypothesis formulation because we can see if transoceanic dispersal is possible. We can investigate if there's important barriers for dispersal, yes or no. But yes, I can send you the movie if you like. And just to finalize, well, we're now at the stage of modeling global trajectories, but of course we want to include also intra-forest processes like retention, predation, and of course, if a propagule arrives at the site, the question is that site suitable for establishment, yes or no? So that are things that we want to include in the future in this global model, which can, by the way, also be transferred to trash at the ocean surface, active dispersal. So there's a huge potential in this model, I think. Thank you very much.